Hey, what's going on guys, it's FPL Yusuf here and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to bring you guys my Game Week 35 transfer plans. In this video we'll take a quick little recap at how we got on in Game Week 34. I'm going to show you some of the transfer plans that I'm looking to make for Game Week 35, and of course we'll take a quick little insight at what the current team setup is also looking like for Game Week 35 as well. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And as always, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, welcome back guys. Thank you so much for being here with me today on my YouTube channel for another video. So let's take a quick little recap at how we're getting on currently in Game Week 34. We still have one more game to play. At the time we record this is currently Monday morning, so Manchester United and Brentford will take place later on this evening. So we still have 2 players left to go in that. But overall, it's been a decent game week. It could have been a fantastic game week had I made one decision different, and we'll start off with that one first, and that is I started with Robin Roofs in goal and I had David Raya on the bench, which was a 10-point swing. Now, for me, I knew that Arsenal had a good chance of getting a clean sheet, but they haven't been defending that well over the last few weeks. Newcastle always get chances against Arsenal, which they did, but obviously Raya held firm, got the saves, got his bonus points in the end as well. So a little bit unfortunate with that. Robin Roofs, again, Sunderland just completely capitulated against Nottingham Forest. I thought Sunderland, when they're at home, if this was away, I probably would have gone with David Raya, but because Sunderland were at home, they've got a very, very good home record. I did not see Nottingham Forest put in 5 past Sunderland, so I was so disappointed with them. I will not be going back to any Sunderland players for the rest of the season after that result. That's just infuriating me with them, so we're going to just leave them to be. The rest of the defence actually did all right though. Mavropanos, 4 points. He hit DEFCON in the end. Very unlucky. Had his clean sheet wiped out right at the death. I think it was 88th minute. Dewsbury all scored, but 4 points for him was a good bulk standard start. Gabriel with 8 points. Obviously, we did keep one Arsenal defender in there just in case they did keep a clean sheet, which they did. So we got 8 points for him. Obviously, him getting his bonus points as well, which was great. Pedro Porro, again, same thing. 9-pointer from him. Didn't get the attack and return we'd hoped for, but we did get the clean sheet. We did get bonus points as well, and he did hit DEFCON. So really happy with that one-off transfer for this week. So the midfield so far, very underwhelming. 2 injuries out of 2 players playing. First up, Mo Salah came off just before the hour mark. He's currently yellow flagged on FPL, so he only made 1 point. Xavi Simons as well, same thing. Luckily, just made it past the 60th minute, which obviously got the clean sheet point. But here again, he did come off as well. We do have 2 players playing tonight. One of them is our captain in Bruno Fernandes. The other one is my little rogue pick with Casemiro. So we are hoping that he's going to get something tonight, which will give us an extra few points. And onto the forward line, again, a little bit underwhelming. Ollie Watkins, just one of those players who is just absolutely so streaky. And it's someone who I don't even want to touch ever again on FPL, to be honest with you. Because every time I own him, he does nothing. When I don't have him, he scores. So for me, it's just someone that I don't even want to go anywhere near. Jared Bowen, however, someone who I was debating not going with. Luckily, I did go for him. 10 points for him, an assist, DEFCON bonus. He's such a good asset for FPL. He really is. And with the way West Ham are playing at the moment, it doesn't matter who they're playing against. He's always got a chance of doing something. We did try to go a little bit different with Tate Castellanos up front as well. He did have a big chance in the game, which maybe he should have scored another day. But, 1 pointer for him. Got himself a yellow card, a little bit disappointing. But overall, finished on 38 points. We are about 560k right now, so we still got a bit of work to do over the next few weeks to try and push ourselves up as high as possible. I'm going to jump into what my transfer plans are looking like for Game Week 35. Right, so I don't think there's really that much that I want to do with my team this week. On paper, the starting 11 for next week, which I'm going to come into in the next part, is actually looking all right. I think my overwhelming consensus is just to roll this week. I think taking 2 transfers into what is looking like it's going to be a double Game Week 36 for City and Palace, I think it probably makes a little bit more sense. But however, if I am going to make a change this week, and there is a possibility that I do, I think the first transfer that we're looking to get rid of is Diego Gomez. Now, the question is, who do we pivot to for that? Now, first up is Ismail Assar. Now, the reason why I'm looking at him is, as I said, Crystal Palace are looking like they're going to have a double next week. Now, I would love to put all my money on Mateta, but if Palace don't score by the 60th minute, he gets bought off and Strand Larsen comes on, whereas Ismail Assar just plays through the 90 minutes. So I'm looking more so at him than Mateta. And obviously, I've got the money in the bank. It's a straight swap, 1 transfer for Diego Gomez, so that is something that I'm considering. Morgan Gibbs-White is another player that I'm considering. Now, I was planning to put him in my free hit last week, or this current week just gone, shall I say. I didn't. Was that a mistake? Probably, because he came back with a 13-pointer. He got a hat-trick last week. Big returns this week. He is really being a talisman for Nottingham Forest at the moment. And I think providing they keep winning, I think he's going to be, real big in terms of if they're scoring, it's going to come through him. So that is another player that I am considering. The last person that I would be considering to swap for Diego Gomez is a little bit of a differential, and that is Bruno Guimaraes. Obviously, for me, he was a fantastic asset earlier in the season where he was just constantly returning. He is on penalties for Newcastle now that he's back. Has a little bit of open play threat, obviously DEFCON potential too. So I do like him, but I think right now, Ismail Assar, Morgan Gibbs-White are probably just a little bit ahead of him in that. Another player that I'm looking to transfer out is João Pedro. Now, the question is, who do you go for? Again, it's going to be a differential for me, and Alexander Isak is the man that I'm looking at. Each game week that goes past, obviously, he's getting fitter and fitter to try to get more minutes under his belt. He did score last week. Again, another player that I had on my free hit draft, I didn't go with in the end. We did switch it up. A little bit of a mistake, but I think obviously with Mo Salah being injured now, it's looking like he'll probably get more minutes, but also, most importantly, he will be on penalties. So, yeah, I think that one's probably a little bit less likely because João Pedro, for me, now that I know he's back, we saw him play against Leeds in the semi-final of the FA Cup, so we know he's fit. I think the biggest thing will be, for me this week, is to either roll or move Diego Gomez out. Okay, so let's take a look at what my team is currently looking at for game week 35. We'll start off in the defensive area. Double Arsenal defense. Gabriel and David Raya both playing there. They've got Fulham at home. I do expect a clean sheet from Arsenal here, so them two are just going to be absolutely fine. We also have another double up of Leeds. They are at home to Burnley. We've got Pascal Struijk and Bijol. Again, same thing. I am hoping this week is really high risk, high reward. We are putting a lot on two separate teams in Arsenal and Leeds, who both have got good fixtures, both at home. So fingers crossed they can come back with the goods for us this week. Nico O'Reilly finishes off the defence. He's away at Everton. Tough game for Manchester City this week. I think I'm hoping that it will, as an Arsenal fan, I'm hoping it'll be like a nice little 0-0. City drop points and Nico O'Reilly still does benefit from it. But I think this game, I don't expect it to be high scoring. It could be a sort of 1-0 or 2-1 type thing. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, that rounds off our defence. Very happy with it at the moment. Then we come into the midfield, something that I'm not so happy with. So we'll start first with the absolute lock. Bruno Fernandes, he's fine. He's going to stay in the team. Liverpool, it's not a fantastic fixture, but also he's almost a little bit fixture-proof, Bruno Fernandes, where he can get returns in pretty much any game, so he's fine. The other two next to him are where I'm worried a little bit. Cole Palmer and Antoine Semenyo. Now, Palmer, for me, obviously was on the bench against Leeds in the semi-final. I don't know what his fitness is like, but also his form is absolutely terrible. The only thing is with him, I don't really know where else I could pivot to, and I don't feel like using a transfer when they've got Nottingham Forest at home is really a smart move this week, so I think I'm probably going to end up just having to keep him. Semenyo is becoming a little bit of a worry for me as well. Obviously, he got pulled off by Pep in the 65th minute last game. Someone who's been consistently playing 90 minutes, his returns have kind of dried up a little bit. Doku's always there, Savinho's there, so I am a little bit concerned about his minutes at the moment, especially going into the double game week next week, so that's something that I may have to consider changing or maybe going for a different triple up of Man City. But for the time being, I think we're going to keep him this week. I don't think it's worth making a transfer, but it's something that I am definitely keeping an eye on. And that leads us onto the front three. Erling Haaland, of course, he's just going to be starting every game from now to the end of the season. João Pedro, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of at the moment, but Nottingham Forest at home, I can't really see myself getting rid of him before that. Last up is either between Alex Scott and Danny Welbeck. I currently have gone for Danny Welbeck. I'm hoping he's going to start. Obviously, came off the bench for Brighton. He's having a fantastic season for them. He's away at Newcastle. Newcastle defensively aren't that great, and I genuinely could see this game being sort of like a 2-2, a 3-2, something like that. So I could see goals happening in this game where both teams are looking to sort of attack and space gets opened up. So we are going to start Danny Welbeck. Captaincy for me this week, right now it's currently on Gabriel. I think Bruno Fernandes against Liverpool, I think it's a little bit of a tough one to call. Erling Haaland going away to Everton again, I think that's going to be a little bit of a difficult game. Gabriel at home, I think the baseline for him, with the clean sheet is there, and also he's a threat from set pieces too. So that is what my team is looking like for game week 35. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'll be back later on in the week with a final team selection video, just talking about all the updated stats, clean sheet odds, goal scoring odds. We'll take a look at if I've made any transfers. We'll also take a look at what my final team is looking like as we get closer to that Friday deadline. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, like I said, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and remember to subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.